Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Junhyuk Cho. Welcome to this online seminar. I majored in city planning and received my doctorate at Seoul National University, Korea. I'm the head of the Industry Promotion Agency and Industrial Promotion Team and the director of the Smart City Support Center at Goyang Industry Promotion Agency, which is a public institution of Goyang City. I'm in charge of establishing and promoting policies for smart city, smart regeneration, and industrial promotion in Goyang City. Today, I would like to talk about some cases regarding citizen-centric problem solving by utilizing a smart city living lab, which was promoted by Goyang City. First, let me briefly introduce Goyang City to you. I think many of you may not know much about the city. Then I would like to talk about living lab that Goyang City has chosen for citizen-centered problem solving. What's special about the living lab and why Goyang City has focused on living lab. And then I would like to talk about some cases of Goyang City's living lab and end my presentation by sharing its implications and summarizing some points. Goyang City is adjacent to Seoul, the capital of Korea, and is a 40-minute drive from Incheon International Airport. There are 41 cities with a population of more than 1 million within 2 hours flight distance from Incheon Airport. The flight time between London and Incheon is 11 hours. Beijing and Incheon is 2 hours. And Washington, D.C. and Incheon is more than 14 hours. As you can see in this map, Goyang City is very close to Seoul and Incheon, where the international airport is located. The population of Goyang City exceeded 1.06 million as of 2019, and its area is 269 square kilometers, which is similar to Tunis, the capital of Tunisia. The annual budget of Goyang City is $1.87 billion as of 2020. This picture is taken from my office, which is on the 14th floor. You can see the urban areas which have been developed centered on the Lake Park, as well as areas which are currently developed. You can also see Yeouido, Seoul, the financial center of Korea, in the distance. On the right is the milestone of the Goyang City to create the smart city. We have worked on it since 2004. In 2004, an intelligent transportation system, or ITS, was established. In 2012, Ubiquitous City, the early stage of smart city, was established in Deoggi District and Siksa District, which are large residential areas. In 2015, a Citizen Safety Center, which has jurisdiction over the entire Goyang City, was opened, and CCTV images began to be integrated and managed. In 2016, IoT Convergence Demonstration Complex was opened, providing smart city services to cities. And we opened Smart City Support Center to offer services and education. The Smart City Living Lab project has been promoted since 2018 to transform the existing cities into smart cities and relevant governance was created. Goyang City currently creates smart cities through a large-scale urban development project conducted for Hyangdong District, Jichuk District, Deogun District, and Changhang District. The blue one on the map are cities where smart city services are provided. The red one, as you can see on this slide, Goyang City has continuously worked to transform every city into a smart one. Such efforts made by Goyang City have been recognized worldwide. Goyang City won the Gold Prize and Special Prize, which are the first prizes given by the World Smart Sustainable Cities Organization in 2017 and 2020, respectively. In 2019, it received Minister Prize from Ministry of Interior and Safety at the Public Service Innovation Contest for Smart City. In 2018 and 2017, it won the Grand Prize at the Smart City Service Contest of World Smart City Week. And in 2019, it obtained the international certification for Smart City from the British Standard Institute. Like the roadmap shown earlier, Goyang City's strategy for smart city consists of two ways. One is to build a smart city by creating a new city on the newly prepared land. The other is to transform existing cities into smart cities. Living Lab is an approach to convert existing city into a smart city. It is digital transformation at the city level. Citizens are at the center of transformation, and Living Lab is used as a specific means. Living Lab literally means utilizing daily living as a lab. More specifically, Living Lab is an open, user-centered innovation ecosystem based on systematic co-creation method created by users. It is also a process of innovation that takes place within a community and in our daily lives. Living Lab plays an intermediary role between citizens, research institutes, companies, cities, and regions. Living Lab conduct rapid prototyping and validity checks to achieve innovation and scale-up projects for creating common values. In this regard, Living Lab features include co-creation, real-life setting, multi-method approach, multi-stakeholder participation, and active user involvement. Living Lab operates like social innovation spiral. It is a process of circulation, expansion, and growth. The cycle consists of exploring opportunities and challenges, generating ideas, developing and testing, making the case, delivering and implementing, growing, scaling and spreading, and changing systems. This cycle is repeated. Then, why does Goyang City focus on Living Lab? Goyang City chose Living Lab as a means to transform existing cities into smart cities. In existing cities, various stakeholders cooperate or conflict according to their own interest. Existing cities are filled with roads, buildings, and facilities made over time. They are all intertwined and interconnected. To solve problems in such complex situation, we needed to encourage residents who are the owner of cities and towns to lead the way to solve them. This is also true for the situation where the paradigm for innovation has shifted from producer-led innovation to user-led innovation. Further insight into the needs of residents who are users of cities and towns should be made, and social innovation should be achieved based on this insight. We want to find a solution to urban problems with our citizens. We thought citizens have both problems and solutions. Regenerating old towns and transforming them to smart cities, creating testbeds to develop SMEs technologies, finding solutions to societal problems such as transportation, the environment, and dementia. These problems cannot be addressed by only some experts, and we knew very well from experience that solutions found in labs where things are controlled often does not work in reality in most of the times. Then, let me go one step further and walk you through the process and contents of a Goyang Living Lab, which seeks solution with the citizens. First, we conducted a survey on citizens to figure out their demands, how they feel about the city's problems. Here, it is important to listen to citizens who have contemplated the problems for a long time. Then we identified problems that individual complaints that have affected the community. It is recommended to form a group among individuals who are aware of similar city population problems. Examples include citizen organizations which operate based on location, such as Citizen Community Committee, Merchant Association, and Parents Association. Then we gathered and selected proposals of citizens. The nature of problems and the possible solutions were discovered through on-site visit and review from experts and public institutions. This step is very important at the beginning of Living Lab. In fact, the Living Lab approach is not the only way to solve these problems, city problems. You need to decide whether to apply Living Lab or not, depending on the nature of the problem and the feasibility of a solution. You can systematically review this with the Living Lab analysis platform, and you can also refer to my paper, Living Lab Key Components and their effects for the Smart Urban Regeneration Project. Once a Living Lab project was decided, universities, companies, and researchers who would participate in the Living Lab were recruited. When tasks, stakeholders, operation plans, organization, and budget are confirmed, Living Lab is ready to operate. Living Lab is operated based on social innovation spiral and design thinking. After the review of a results report, the product is finished. However, even after the Living Lab is finished, active participation of the citizens and related organizations is still required to ensure sustainability of the results. This requires institutional and systematic plans. When the Living Lab project is in the final stage, the result should be analyzed utilizing the Living Lab analysis platform, and detailed plans should be established for post-project maintenance. Activities of Goyang Living Lab consist of empathy for the identification of a problem, idea development to define and solve the problem, prototyping and experimentation. All this process is repeated. Through empathizing, citizens discover problems by focusing on the situation and individual context of the people and stakeholders in the problem. In defining, citizens refine a huge social problem to a level that can be resolved. In ideating, citizens ideate new solutions from obvious ideas to ridiculous ideas. In prototyping and testing, prototypes implementing ideas are applied to field to develop solutions with actual beneficiaries. Now, I would like to talk about what we've done. We announced a new project for Goyang Smart City Living Lab in February 2020. We selected a university to conduct the project in March, and open recruitment was conducted from May to June to discover problems to be solved through Living Lab and form citizen solving team. Citizens were asked to provide a brief introduction of the problem that they want to be solved, and they are also asked to propose a solution to the problem. A total of 15 teams participated, and 3 teams of them were selected. From July, Citizen Solve team from Living Lab started its operation. In October, a prototype of the solution was installed and on-site demonstration was conducted. Among the 15 teams applied for the citizen solving team, 3 teams were selected. First was a safety issue, such as speeding of vehicles at the children's safety zone in front of Ilson Elementary School. Second one was reverse driving on one-way street around the Hwajong Commercial District. And third one was to find a solution for physical and mental health management of cancer patients. Among these, let me talk about the case of Ilson Elementary School, where citizens participated the most. The passageway in front of the Ilson Elementary School, a surrounding area, are designated as urban regeneration project areas. Ilson Elementary School has a history of 100 years, and the road and facility around the school are very old and complex, making it difficult for students to walk to school safely. Vehicles passing in front of the school were often speeding. The area around the pedestrian path was dark in the evening, making people passing by to feel anxious. The driveway and sidewalk were not separated, exposing pedestrians to the risk of traffic accidents. We emphasized with these issues and conducted field survey with the citizens to figure out real issues. We also interviewed citizens. In addition, we shared with them cases for smart city services regarding children's safety zone. This has allowed them to realize the problem of children's safety zone. Students of Ilson Elementary School and their parents were asked to provide maps around the school, sketch the main routes they take, and write down problems they felt. This allows us to figure out the perspectives of students and adults on the safety issues regarding school commuting. As you can see in this map, Ilson Elementary School is near the Gyeonggi Line Railroad, and there is a two-lane road in front of the school. Vehicles pass through this road at high speed. The walking environment around the road is very poor, and the area is dark in the evening. The school's neighborhood is a residential area composed of apartments, and students and parents were mainly using the back door of the school rather than the front door because of the poor pedestrian conditions. These are the activities that we conducted to define the problem. We reviewed the questionnaire and perspectives of stakeholders to conceptualize the problem, and we interviewed the citizens living around the school. And we examined school commute route of students and parents and discovered that intersection with Jelkova trees around the school and the one-way street in front of the Post Plaza building were not safe for commuting and needed to be improved. We conducted an in-depth discussion on the problem we found and visualized them on map. Through this process, we figure out other problems as well. They include speeding of vehicles in front of the school, urban regeneration, expansion of pedestrian paths, revitalization of commercial areas, the demand for space for students pickup, and the need for sign indicating the front and back door of the school. This picture shows the process which was made by citizens' participation. Among the problems that we discovered, the citizens of team first focused on slowing down vehicle passing in front of school, indicating children's safety zone in front of the school, and lighting the walkways. To this end, we sought advice from experts regarding transportation facilities. We didn't meet them in person due to COVID-19. Online meetings were held instead. And members of the citizen solving team shared the advice and conducted online meeting to gather ideas. Also, we got technical consultation and information on various technical solutions as well. They include wireless communication traffic control system, wireless control diagram, motion sensor system, delineate linkage system, variable lane display wireless control system, traffic calming. The citizen solving team also received advice from the police that maintains and manages transportation facilities and the administrative agency of Goyang City regarding the problems and ideas drawn by the citizen solving team. Now let me summarize the whole process. First, the problem were as follows. There are many speeding vehicles. It is difficult to clearly recognize that there is a school zone. It is dangerous for pedestrians to cross the street. The pedestrian path is dark and dangerous. The solution to the problem was as follows. Speed display board, LED fence, illumination maintenance, school zone indication, crosswalk hump. The citizen solving team decided to demonstrate the first and second solutions and then proceed with the rest in connection with projects promoted by the relevant department of Goyang City. We have made prototype and started testing. A prototype was designed as shown in the picture to reduce vehicle speed. We designed a smart display for speed reduction, a pedestrian-friendly crosswalk, and a light-on accident prevention device. Then an LED smart fence was established to lighten the pedestrian path while clearly showing that it's children's safety zone. This is how the lighting works by detecting the movement of pedestrians. Third, we reviewed the layout of the crosswalk and LED smart fence and consulted with experts. Finally, we designed the children's safety zone sign with a child-friendly imagery. We plan to hold a design contest for road signs in which elementary school students participate. As shown in the picture, a facility titled Road of Children's Heart was installed to monitor citizens' reactions. This is a pencil-shaped LED lamp, and it serves as a street lamp and a sign indicating children's safety zone. Now, let me finish my presentation by summarizing the key points. First, addressing problems by involving citizens require patience. However, you can find different solutions even for similar problems depending on the local situations. Therefore, creative idea and appropriate skill are required according to the situation of the area. Second, an approach centered on citizens is very important in identifying social issues. We need to find a real problem to create a real solution. Third, we need an intermediate organization that connect citizens, businesses, the government, and research institute. They have different level of understanding and they interpret the problem differently. So the intermediary organization should play a bridge role to help them interpret the problems and understand each other. The Goyang Industry Promotion Agency, which I belong to, served as an intermediary organization. Fourth, we should keep citizens involved in the whole process from discovering problems to finding solutions and providing them with appropriate incentives so that they can be proud of themselves. It is recommended to provide both financial and psychological incentives. Lastly, the process of solving problems in our village and our city with citizens requires considerable time and effort. However, once they have gone through such process, they will be able to understand how to take the initiative in finding solutions when faced with other societal problems. The process has allowed them to focus more on the hope that they can address the problem than on the problem itself. The citizen-centered approach to address societal problems is an essential way to develop the capabilities of society as a whole. Thank you.